Hey, Diane. I that's actually that picture is a game that I play, so I had to decorate that room really witchy, so that's how I decorated it, and that's the wizard that was gonna live there. It's like one of those home makeover games. It's called Project Makeover, yeah. And so the wizard needed a makeover, and that's how I made over his house anyway. How are you, Diane? I don't think Danny will be joining us. I sent him the link. We usually go at 5. Yeah, I just snapped a screenshot of it. Hey, how are you, Lou? Much love to you. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Cassie. Haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're well. Um, so usually it's the Christina and Danny show at 5, but because he had to nap and everything after his surgery, um, I was like, I don't think he'll make it, but I said, nah, I'll still go live. And I looked up some things about cryptids, so I figured maybe we could do some cryptid trivia. Would you guys like that? Would you like to do cryptid trivia with me? I learned a lot just trying to do the trivia because it wouldn't let you like know the answer unless you like picked one. And I was like, that's wrong. So I had to get them right before I could. So I learned a lot about cryptids. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? You like my cup? It says, "What the fluff, man? What the fluff?" um, I did some shorts showing you guys how to make all these fun little table decorations with no like glue or anything. Um, this one's real pretty when like the lights are closed. Like it's like so. I showed you guys that. Super easy how I make all these little guys. So I have a short every day, like to show you the little stuff. It's really all crafting this week. Um, hey Eli. So yeah, I show you how to make my little Halloween gnomes. And I made this, which I totally love. So this will be next week. Look how cool she is. Yeah. So I'll show you how to make all those things next week. Today's video was actually a shout out for Meg's Mysteries. Because if you don't have Meg, I think she only has like 300 and something subscribers or 400. Not a lot. And she's just like Cassie. She tells wonderful stories. So if you love Cassie's stories, check out Meg's Mysteries. Um, her link is in the description of the video I put out today. Still waiting for an interview. Maybe. I haven't really been doing interviews. I said I was going to set up and do some interviews, but really I have Wednesday divination, and then Saturday is supposed to be the Christina and Danny show. Today Danny's not here. Like I said, he had a surgery yesterday, so I'm pretty sure the medicine knocked him out. I thought you were an ex for a second. All the tarot is telling. um, but I would like to. There's a few people that I would like to interview, like channels that we don't know that are really good, that are just kind of I would like to intertwine in the like give them more viewers and then give us viewers, because we're really all a big community doing the same thing. And when you find nice people, you should shout them out. So instead of doing an interview, I might do a shout out for one of these new channels that I found next week if I can get one together. um I will do that for the shout out Saturday, and then hopefully I get myself together and start the 3rd season of the Saturday show. Anyway, we do have 6 people. So are you guys interested in doing cryptid trivia today? Or I don't know, do you want to do divination again? I could grab something else out to read, but I figured this would be something fun and different. So, all right, Stephanie wants to do some cryptid trivia. Hey, Lucid Love, how are you? I hope you're well, sweetheart. I'm sorry that uh, I'm Danny and I are sorry that we missed you guys when Danny was here. But I'm always here, so if you ever want to come visit me, hello. You can come, sweetheart. I'm waiting. Hey, Sammy, how are you? Hey, um, we are going to do cryptid trivia tonight. It's a tongue twister, but that's what we're doing. Danny, unfortunately, like I said, has surgery yesterday for all those coming in. So, I mean, I sent them the link, and I gave it like we usually go on at 5, but I come visit. I would love it. Yeah, no, New York is great. And so I was really upset though today. I was hoping to see, I got special glasses to see this Ring of Fire eclipse. It was so foggy and so rainy and so gray. The sun never came out today, so I didn't see anything in New York. Very mad. 2 o'clock, I stood out there in the rain, like, why? Well, really, starting at 1:50, because supposedly at 1:59, you were supposed to be able to see it the best from New York, but we saw nothing. So, anyway, going to the Pope Lick Monster Festival today, but the weather here is crap. Yes. Here too, it's very crappy. So yeah. They said it was foggy from the eclipse. Yeah, well, I think it was foggy from all the rain and because from first thing in the morning it was gross. I woke up, I was like, no, maybe it will clear up. It did not. Any old. um yeah, so we're gonna do some cryptid trivia. So we'll start with the easiest question first so we can know what we're doing here, right? So do you guys, this is not kind of a trivia one, more a question, this first one, just so you guys know. um, so this one is, okay, what do you mean by cryptologists? Do you know there's a such thing as these people, right? So what are they? What are cryptologists? Oh, I have a guest. Oh,
Mhm.
hi, you made it, love.
Yeah, I'm here. I got you. How's everybody doing?
Lucid's here and the whole gang. Stephanie and Lou and Sammy's here and Eli. That boy ain't right.
Got that right.
And Diane and Cassie.
Oh, hi, everybody.
So I think we got it all. I think we got everybody.
Working on it. Lucy. Huh. Yeah. So, what's going on so far?
Take the body. I was just started my first question. We're gonna do some um I didn't know you were coming. I was gonna do some cryptid trivia with them.
Do it.
All right. So my first question was, what do you mean by cryptologists? I said that right. Hopefully. What do those people do?
Good question. Thank you, everybody.
Now I saw some answers, but
Love you all too.
They study cryptids. Steph, you were really close with that answer, Stephanie. They study cryptids, but what about cryptids? Do you guys know? Right, Sammy. Encoded signals. No. They actually, the correct term for these are people who study the potential existence of cryptids because they don't really know if they exist. They're trying to study, they're trying to see if they really exist. So now that we know this, let's see what kind of cryptids are out there that they're studying. So, um, here we go. There is prehistoric evidence of a large aquatic predators. But what is the name of the cryptid that might just be circling the depths of many bodies of waters ready to strike? So I'll say that one again. There is a prehistoric evidence of large aquatic predators, that's water people, ones that are in the water. But what is the name of the cryptid that might just be circling the depths of many bodies of water, not just one, and ready to strike? Yes, Diane!
Good
How did
girl.
you know that? I didn't know any of this until I started studying this. Good going, Diane.
I almost said it. I'm not in the contest.
No. Danny, can you tell us a little about that? Do you know
Okay.
anything about that cryptid?
Sure I do.
Uh-huh.
Megalodon is believed to be under the surface of the gas waters in the deep ocean and in the Mile Canal and all that stuff. Now, one of the main things that got them wondering, they had a 20-foot great white shark that was tagged and it had a beeper and a locator and everything else. So they had a 20-foot shark that they were watching that day because they were watching the migration. This 20-foot shark swimming along, and all of a sudden it disappears, goes right off radar. Right? Within 3 seconds, it comes back on radar, but it's a mile deep. Okay, which they don't go that deep. But anyway, it goes and it starts blinking, and then within 10 or 15 minutes, the thing comes back up to the surface, right? So they go to see if they get a look at the shark, like, because they've never seen a shark descend that fast and come up so quick. So they were like, what the hell's going on? So they went to check out the shark. When they got there, only where the information storage center, the sensor and everything else by the dorsal fin, that was the only thing that came to the surface.
Ooh.
All around it, there was nothing but teeth mark, one set of teeth marks, okay, that measured 4 yards across. So the bite radius of this thing that ate a 20-foot great white shark had a bite radius of 4 meters, which is 12 feet, 12 to 16 feet wide. Took one bite, swam to the bottom with it, burped, and the thing came back up. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Lucid, give Lou our love. I hope it's not broken. Hello, Wolf and Hound. Hello, Clay. How are you? Hello, Colleen. Thanks for coming in. We are playing Cryptid Trivia today. So I'm basically asking a question, and you guys are gonna see if you could guess the cryptid, and then Danny will tell us a little bit about it if he knows. Otherwise, I will do a little bit of what they say is here, like for that one. It says, thanks to the idea of young Earth creaturism, some people believe that this is a shark that never died out and has adapted to survive in today's waters as a monstrous cryptid. That was their little thing on it. Um, I liked Danny's better because it was more intense. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll go to the next one. You guys ready for the next one? All right. Ready or not, here we come. This one might be a little, I'll know nothing. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn about them. So, in case we run into them, Clay, we could run the other damn way. That's why we're learning about them because I don't really know too much either, except, of course, for like a Bigfoot and a Yeti. Other than that, I didn't know about these until I started reading them. So yeah, so that's why I'm like, you know what? Let's read up on this because if I come across one, I need to run. So I
That's
did
a
actually see something that I think was probably a cryptid. One time in my life, can I tell my story, Danny? I know I get off the subject. One time in my life, when I first moved to Long Island. I heard this weird, crazy noise, and I knew it was an animal, but I never heard it before. And I went to look outside, and I couldn't see it. It was so fast, and it was dark, right? So I was like, "Oh my God, what is that?" I'm like, I never heard that sound that that animal made. So, like a day later, like a night later, I should say, not the next night, but the night after, I I heard it again. So I jump out of bed and I said to my son's father, "Do you hear that?" He's like, "Yeah, it sounds like one of those African things." I'm like, "What the frick are you talking about? We're in Long Island." So I run to the window, right? and I and I got a peek of this thing. And it was I told everybody it was a bear, but like a deformed one. Like I don't know, it was a black bear, but skinny. It was so weird. It was as big as a bear, but it kind of had a wolf body. It had a pig nose and like the weirdest tail I ever seen. But it was so fast, like it was running and I caught a look at it and it turned to look at me. That's how I saw its nose. And I was like, I'm gonna die, and then it just boom. And I never seen it again after that. Like once I saw and I told everybody, and they're like, well, maybe it's a wild boar. I'm like, no, it didn't have a boar tail. I was trying to explain it to people. I'm like, it must be a bear, there's no bears in Long Island. I'm like, one escaped from somewhere, and I looked up this creature, tried to find it. Nobody knows about it. I still to this day have never seen it, could never find anything that looked like it online. So maybe I discovered a new cryptid that it's because it's so fast nobody could see it. I don't know what it was. But there you go. That's my story. That's the only, creature that I ever seen that I couldn't explain what it was. Not
that
it wasn't a wolfman because it technically it had no male human features, but it did have different animal features. Like the way its feet were shaped, the way its legs were kind of like a canine, but its face was definitely kind of like a boar or a pig. Its body mass, it was like a bear, and its tail it wasn't a pigtail, and it wasn't a dog tail. It was weird. It was very tiny, like tiny compared to, his body. And I was like, what kind of animal is this? I don't know. Like, yeah, it was weird. So I don't know. I can't tell you what it was.
one last thing about the megalodon. They found This was, I think it was in Australia,
Oh,
on the coast of Australia. This kid found his tooth and he brought it to the science center. And the science center said, "Oh my God." And they all freaked out. And the father was with them. And the father goes, "Okay, you guys are very excited. Why are you so excited?" And the guy at the museum or the art, whatever they are, he turned around. He says, "You know what this is? This has to be a megalodon tooth, right?" And the guy says, "Seriously?" He says, "Yeah, because it looks just like a great white. It's got a serrated edge." He says, "But look at the size of this thing." He says, "Let me show you a great white tooth." So a great white tooth was 3 inches on the top, like wide, and went down to the point, was about 4 inches, right? They had other megalodon tooth there, okay? They were 7 inches across the top and about 12 inches coming down, okay, for one tooth, right? This one was around the same size, if not a little bit bigger. And the guy says, "Okay, so you found a megalodon. What's so special about it?" He says, "Well," he says, "you don't understand. It's not fossilized."
right.
There, he says, "And there's still meat on the tooth."
Oh,
So, like the tooth came out of the gum, and there was still meat attached to the top of the tooth.
yeah, and
And
it
he said,
wasn't fossilized. Oh, yeah.
"This is
So it,
not." This ain't a fossilized tooth." He says, "It's irrelevant now whether or not people want to believe that there's a megalodon because this is flesh on a tooth. That's
yeah,
not fossilized, right?" But of course, they stomped all over that and came up with a bunch of crap. But yeah, but as far as the museum creator and the people that work at that museum, it was definitely a 100% legitimate tooth with legitimate skin still attached to it. So there
yeah.
you go.
So there you go. Me and Hound were backpacking, and there's national forests where Bigfoots were known to be, and we heard during the night loud knocking sounds in the distance. Ooh, that sounds spooky. Where I lived when I was a kid in East Kentucky, the mountains behind our house connected to the state park. We had a few Sasquatches that lived on the mountain. They would come down to our backyard at night. Ooh, see, yeah. But in Long Island, like what I saw, nobody. I asked every person in Long Island, do you know this sound? Like, do you know what this creature is? No. They all figured it was a boar that escaped from somewhere, and I'm like, wouldn't this be on the news? Because this thing is wild. It could eat you, and like I don't know, it's big, you know. If it stood up, it would have been at least 7 foot tall, you know. So like this is something they would put on the news, wouldn't they? If this thing escaped from somewhere. So I don't know. So strange. That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, I would have almost rather seen a Sasquatch because I think it would have been less scary. All right. Oh, remember they announced evidence of real mermaids, and all of a sudden, within a week, the documentary was labeled fiction. Yeah, of course. That's the same with paranormal. Like, you can't say that paranormal is a science, and you can't say that it's fact. It has to be entertainment or fiction, which is why I think paranormal gets a bad name. It's from society, what they label it. Um, you know. So they would come eat the cat food. Oh yeah. Saw more than one of them. Oh, they would come to get the walnuts. Well, yeah. th- Nobody's feeding those poor babies. All right. This one you guys should know. Let me read another one. A much beloved cryptid native to Virginia. This creature is seen as a bipedal, is that right? And humanoid with particular animalistic characters that give it special abilities, including incredible movement and speed. Can you identify it?
Where is that?
Virginia, a much beloved cryptid native to Virginia. This creature is seen as a bipedal, I think that's how you say it, and humanoid together, with particular animalistic creatures, animalistic characteristics, guys, that give it special abilities, including incredible movement and speed. Can you identify it?
Hmm?
I didn't make these questions up, they did. I'm just reading them. It's not the dog, ma'am. I'm turning you this way to look at my pretty decorations since, I don't want to have, insult anybody because I'm going to have a cigarette. I don't want to insult you too. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else comes up with a. Everybody's searching. What are the Virginia cryptids? Everybody's Googling it. Google, help me. Help me, please. Or did the chat just get stuck? What happened?
Thinking.
Ah, you want me to read it again, guys? The Mothman. Yes. That is correct, Lou. The Mothman. The Mothman is said to fly up to 100 miles per hour and the has glowing red eyes. Interestingly, people have reported seeing Mothman accompanying several disasters worldwide, including the 9/11 attacks in America and the nuclear disaster in Japan. And what do you know about him, Danny?
Absolutely nothing really,
No.
other than the fact he's well, there's Mothman, but there's not just one of them. But anyway, there are Mothman type creatures that basically go where they know there's going to be trouble, and they try to warn people by showing up there, and they're there more to warn people that shit's about to happen, right?
Right.
But of course, they get blamed for making the shit happen.
Oh,
Um,
no, I know they didn't make it happen, but,
but
uh,
they're kind of
I
they're
thought
kind
they
of
were
like
like
a they're,
predictors, they were
yeah, they're like
predicting.
harbingers. They're
Yeah.
kind of like a harbinger, okay? Where they feel the vibrations of stuff, and that attracts them to the vibrations, you know? So, like where there's earthquakes or where there's faulty lines or anything like that, a lot of times you'll see Mothman, not necessarily the same one, but you'll see them wherever there's tremors or anything like that's happening because they're attracted by the vibrations.
Oh,
Yep. That's about all I know about them.
okay. Did you know there was a 9/11 incident before 9/11? Well, yeah, because I worked in the city. There was a few incidences where they've drove. I was working at FAO Schwartz when they drove a truck with a bomb, into the parking area of the Twin Towers originally, and that was years before 9/11, so they tried that a lot of times. Let me tell you, they did. So that's interesting, but everybody kind of knows about the Mothman because of these they associate him with these things that happen, regardless whether they think he predicts it, they think he causes it, they think they're warning him. Either way, they know him because they associate with that, the vision, the what they saw. So he is an interesting one, and Danny thinks there's way more than one. So you guys might see him. So keep your eyes up, and if you see him, Probably a good idea to get out of town on vacation because some shit's gonna happen. We leave it as at that, right, Danny?
Oh yeah, if I see one, I'm just gonna say check, please, and leave.
Yep, yep. Get out of town quick. You don't know what's gonna happen. So we got some more cryptid trivia for you, and maybe Danny knows this one. One of Canada's most famous lake monsters, the serpent-like creature, dwells at the bottom of Lake, if I could say this damn word, Akangan in British Columbia. Do you know its name?
Mhm.
Did I say the lake right, Danny?
Mm,
Oh,
try
it's
again.
Okanagan.
Mm-hmm. Open Holland.
Oh, there you go. That's the name. What Danny said. Okinawan.
There you go. Good job.
Well, I know that word because of what do you call it? What do you call it? Karate Kid. He was Okinawan. The
There you go.
There you go. You used to know that one. And I'm gonna say the name of this cryptid wrong too, but file not found. See that once you pronounce the word, okay, I hear it and I'm like, good. But yes, I'll never forget because the guy, what was that actor's name? The Chinese guy. Oh, he was so cute too. Um, he
NPR.
reminded me of my father because for some reason, even though he was Chinese and my father was Italian, they had almost the same features. Hey, PP Bar, how are you, Dustin? We are doing cryptid trivia. Yes, Stephanie, very good. Google helped Stephanie find the file. Or did you
There
know
you
that,
go.
Stephanie? I don't know.
Mm.
um, so along with the Lagapogo from Lake Simoso in Ontario, and another Magapoco from the lake in Matabita. This is directly related to the Loch Ness monster and has descent from the same species, according to these cryptology people. But what do you know about this, Danny? Since you are in Canada,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're like, you know, that's basically it. They're Nessie's offshoots or whatever, or those old dinosaurs with the big flippers and the long neck. You know, people think that they're descendants of those ones, but they do go to depth, and they don't have to come up for air unless they want to. So yeah, that's why they can't find them.
they stay way down deep, way
Yeah.
down deep.
When
Oh,
I
you knew
was
that one. Good for you, Stephanie. I couldn't even pronounce the damn thing.
Now, I could tell you a little story about something that might have been similar, but I don't know if it was or not. I was years and years and years ago over at the homestead. I must have been, I don't know, a young teenager or something, I suppose. I was out in the rowboat just going around the lake, and a very calm day. The water was just like glass, right? And all of a sudden, about 10 feet behind my boat, this little rowboat I'm in, no motor, just got a little rowboat. A tornado on the water shows up. So basically, it's a water funnel, like a tornado, right? This funnel comes up out of the ground, out of the water, I mean, and it was a good 14 feet, 15 feet high, this thing. And I'm looking right at the funnel.
Yeah.
Inside the funnel itself, I seen these two great big huge yellow eyes, and I seen a mouth that opened and it had a whole shitload of teeth. Okay,
Oh, no.
I said, "Holy shit!" And it's a good thing I wasn't wearing white pants. But anyway, I said, "Holy crap!" And I started rowing like a son of a beehive, like I was in the Olympics, trying to get away. As I got, I took about 10 or 12 real hard pulls on the oars, and this thing, it basically leaned forward and dove into the water right behind my boat, missed my boat by inches, and then my boat literally went up about 3 feet and then back down onto the water, and then it was calm as glass again, right?
Oh.
Calm as glass. Well, I wasn't staying on the lake at that point. I rode my ass back into shore,
Oh, yeah, I would have too.
and
Actually,
I
from then
went
on, I would have just rode right along the side of the shore. Would have never went out.
I went back to the house and I yelled for dad, and dad come down and the brothers come down, and I told them what happened. They said, well, maybe it was a beaver. I said, yeah, a 14-foot tall beaver? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I said, but I told them what happened with the boat. So they said, well, let's see. So we pulled the boat up, we flipped it over, and the ruts that go under the boat, there's three of them. It's like every foot and a half apart for three. There was three cuts on the bottom of the boat. Where the ruts are on the bottom boat, right? The ribs that go along the bottom from the back of the boat to the front of the boat.
Yeah.
There's three ribs that go down the boat. Okay, a foot and a half apart, there was an inch piece of metal, like someone took a oh, like a skill saw and cut three holes in the bottom boat. It didn't cut through the boat, just through the ribbing, right? But there were inch gap in between the ribbings of the boat. And it's like, how the hell did they get there? Because they don't do that because they'll fill
Yeah.
up with water, right? So anyway, a foot and a half, so about a 3 foot span altogether, right? In a 3 foot span, there were three 1 inch pieces missing off of each one of those rolls that were under the boat.
Oh no.
Just gone, like completely cut away from the boat, nothing there. So
See
that
that?
was the only experience I had to anything that might have resembled um, that cryptic.
All right. Drew came in. Hello, Drew. Kim sis, feel better. How are you? Evie, much love to you. Thanks for coming in. We are doing cryptid trivia today, so we are aware of what they look like, where they roam, so we could stay away from them. That's what we're doing today. Um, so yeah, so we're just asking questions, and you guys are gonna see if you can guess that cryptid. And then if Danny knows about him, he's gonna put his 2 cents in. So yeah, that's what we're doing tonight, guys. So welcome in. Yes. So you were you talking to me, sis, or Danny? Every loved Evie loved your comments on my live from last night. Oh, that must be Danny. I don't know. She didn't say. Oh, she loved Evie's comments, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, I told you I don't understand Drew's accent. Listen now. All right, you guys ready for the next question? Ah, Evie, we didn't get to the question yet. Wait, here we go. You's ready? Found in South American folklore, this cryptid is described either as a giant bipedal sloth, possibly with one eye. What is it called?
No bloody idea. I can tell you. Never ran across that fella.
That's all right, Lou. You don't know that one. Ooh, let's see if anybody else knows. Found in South American folklore, this cryptid is described either as a giant. What is this word? Bipedal. That must be some kind of like not human. That must be the animal part. Sloth, possibly with one eye. What is it called?
Oh,
A
one-eyed,
cyclops.
one-horned. I know it's a one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned fly. No,
Well, Lou doesn't know. Evie doesn't
I
know.
don't know.
Anybody else have any ideas about this cryptid? Kim is laughing
Drew
because
said it. Drew called it a cyclops.
that's not what they call it, though. Give it a chance. Because maybe Stephanie's going to come out with it all of a sudden. I don't know. Hey, Christine, how are you? Playing Cryptid Trivia. Waiting to see if anybody knows
Christian
the answer.
Almini? Almini? Drew put one in there. I can't see it.
No, it's not an alimony or whatever that is. I can't say it in Drew's language because I can't speak her language. I don't know this one. Thor! You probably got it, even though the spelling's wrong. Yes, you are right, Thor. Thanks for coming in and just crashing it with that answer. Very good. It is
I
a
thought,
map, a mapping gorai. A mapping gorai. It's spelled Mapinguari. While its appearance is not solidified, many see this animal as a South American cryptozoological variant of a Sasquatch species.
oh shit. Oh, really?
I don't know. That's what they said. I don't
Huh.
know anything about this one. Thor maybe knows about this one since he knew
Per,
the
per,
answer.
per Sasquatch gets nailed with everything. Anything that they can't explain, well, it's Sasquatch's fault. Per guy.
Poor guy. They just said it's part of his species. I worked in South America for 3 years. Good. Oh, nice. See that? So he knew the folklore because he lived there. So they probably told him, you better be careful. You know what's out there? This mega poo poo guy. However you say it. Mapping guy is out there and it's ready for you.
Don't worry about it, Thor. You can take pills for that nowadays. If you got the Mapipigayayay or whatever, just take a little penicillin, you're going to feel better right away. You know.
hmm Oh, Danny, you like my coffee cup? It says
Yeah.
what? What the fluff?
Yeah. With a skelly bob.
As a Scully Bob who like robot who's pulling out all the stuffing out of the like teddy bears to make cotton candy supposedly. I don't know what he's gonna do with that fluff, but it looks scary. But I like the colors and the whole thing. So yeah, what the fluff? All right. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go to one I know you all know, and I know because it's close to me. How do you say that word, Danny? That one that the bipedal. What is that word? How do you
Bipedal. Bipedal.
the bipedal? Okay, good. There, yeah. Let's say it. This bipedal cryptid is described as having hooves instead of feet, wings, and a goat like head, complete with horns. It is said to live along the east coast of the United States and within the states that lie inland. What is it called?
You can call it whatever you want, it's not going to show up.
Mm. What was that creature?
Give me,
Evie, he doesn't know what the creature was.
I'm not sure what it was. I think it was,
Kim got
um,
it.
yeah, I think it was a branch off of Nessie, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is what that creature was that we talked about it. Yes, my father-in-law. Ugh, these bubbles that are here doesn't let me see Oh, here we go. My father-in-law, the Jersey Devil. Kim, good. You got it first. Yes. The Jersey Devil, one of the classic cryptid legends of North America. The New Jersey Devil is said to be an infernal creature of some kind of unholy that is possessed by a demon. I don't know. What do you know about this? Hey, George. How are you, sweetheart? Thanks for coming in. We're playing Cryptid Trivia today so we can stay away from them.
the only the only thing I've ever read about it in the catacomb was that the Jersey Devil in the 1400s or something like that, way back when, um, a father took his daughter, locked her up in a room, and because she was pregnant with a stranger's baby, right? Well, then some other lady came in who basically mesmerized the father. And the father went out on a hunting trip. The baby was born, and the lady who is now the lady of the house sacrificed the newborn baby,
Ugh.
right? And that sacrifice is where the Jersey Devil was conjured from in the first place.
Mm,
But he wasn't called the Jersey Devil in the catacombs, but it's the same one, same guy.
right.
Anyway, um, but the problem with uh, this cryptic or with this demon or whatever, because it had the human child, it also received um, freedom of choice,
Right.
right? So if you think of it in the way of the catacombs, it's basically a breathing demon or live demon, right? That is not ruled by any demons, right? He does his own thing, what he wants, when he wants, right? So whether he chooses to cause havoc or do nasty shit, or in some cases where he's helped lost children, and this is something that's not very well known, but it's there's 14 or 15 cases of it in the catacomb where these children were lost in the bush, and this thing brought them to the road where people would go back and forth, and the kids were found.
Oh, there
And
you go.
the kids would tell them, "The devil brought me to the road," right? And then they of course the kids would have to go to the priest to get you know make sure that they weren't possessed, and they'd have to go through an exorcism because this thing saved their lives, but whatever. But yeah, that's where and that's pretty much all that's written about it in any text that I can comment on.
Right. There you go. Thank you for coming in, Kathy. How are you? Welcome back to Clay. Yes, we just did. Hey, Tina. How are you, sis? Um, oh yeah, I've seen videos where supposedly it was him, but some since we're still learning about all these cryptids, it could be God knows what cryptids. So, which is why we're doing this trivia. We're going to learn them so we know. Okay, so the next one, you guys ready? You ready for the next one? This cryptid is from the remote reaches of the mountain forests across the Indonesian island of Sumatra. It is short, bipedal, and humanoid, covered in orange colored hair. What is its Indonesian name, which translates to short person or short people? There you go.
Hmm.
Ah, thanks, Drew.
Gave you a hint. He's been on YouTube.
He's been on YouTube.
He has.
I am. I'm hairy and short and orangey right now.
It's not you though.
Yes, Diane. How'd you know
Good
that,
job.
Diane? Good girl. Diane, yay. My hair is short. It isn't orange. Never
Uh,
heard of it. I've heard of it. I can't remember. Okay, well, Diane told us what it was. People in the area have reported seeing small primate like footprints that are made by a bipedal creature attributed to the Arankpendek. Okay, I'll just call it that because I don't know how you say it. Bam, Google. Yep. And so, do you know anything about this guy, Danny? Putting Danny
not
on the
too
spot today since.
not not too much, except that the story started about them years and years and years ago. I don't know how many years ago, uh, but it started off as a fairy tale. Okay, warning children not to go in the woods at night when it starts to get dark because this creature would drag them off and eat them.
Oh,
Right, and so, but over the years, it became more pronounced and stuff, you know, and there were lots and lots more sightings. Now, whether this is a manifested cryptic, okay, because so many people believed in it that it actually became a creature, or whether it's some primate that we just haven't discovered yet is unclear.
there you go.
That's all I know about it, which is squat.
Yeah, we're just all righty. So now you heard it. So so now, so basically it's like since it's short and little, it's a baby Sasquatch. That's what it is.
Then that poor Sasquatch getting blamed again. Damn it.
There's nothing wrong with having babies, and baby Sasquatch are probably so damn cute.
Do
All
you
right.
know
Oh,
why I
baby.
had three babies? Do you know why?
Oh,
Because I didn't want four. That's why. Okay. The
okay.
three was they're noisy and they stink. Okay, let's be honest. All right, moving on.
Moving on. You guys will probably know this one too. Let's go. You ready? Throughout the farming communities of Latin America, this creature's name sparks fear. It is described as small with glowing red eyes and long, sharp claws, with the name that means goat sucker. What is this cryptid?
Let's see.
Hey, Carol.
Hi, Carol. I know this one.
Uh-huh. I think about everybody. We're playing cryptid trivia, Carol, so we
Yeah.
familiar with the cryptids, so we know where to not go and what to stay away from, and what to run really fast from. So there you go. That's yes. Who hit it
There you
first?
go.
The Stephanie, I think.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lou.
Yeah.
Well, Lou did it, but I think he spelled it wrong. But I think I think Lou was first because even though he spelled it wrong, he was trying those fast fingers. So,
I
yes,
won. Everybody wins. Everybody wins on that one.
everybody wins that one. So, it says some reports say that the chupacabra is bipedal, standing around 4 feet, while others see it run on all fours. Either way, the beast leaves the carcasses of goats, sheep, and other large domestic animals in its wake, completely devoid of blood. Woo! So, what do you know about this one?
Pretty much that's it.
On my
You know,
phone. Yeah, it's hard to type that one, you know?
one thing I read one time though, a long, long time ago, was they thought that it was an ancestral being of a raptor,
Oh,
and basically raptors would do the same thing. They'd attack and they'd slice things up with and everything else, but they drink all the blood and empty the blood of the carcasses, right? And anyway, this one person, I don't know whatever happened to this study, but he was thinking that it was somehow an ancestor of a raptor.
hmm,
So I don't know if there's anything to it, but that's the one thing I read once about it. Other than that, I know just as much as everybody else, just what you hear.
that's right. Now, see, Lou said the real chupacabra changes shape. I've seen it for reals. I think that is, or realms. I don't know. Reels. I think it's reels. When I went to Mexico, it is a shadow shapeshifter. Oh,
A what?
a shadowed shapeshifter.
I think we do.
So, yes, whatever it is, it's scary. It's a some lady down here in Texas found a dead one on her ranch. Oh, mm-mm. All righty. Are we ready? Are we ready for the next one? This cryptid has existed in Native American folklore throughout Northern America for hundreds of years, and it appears as a giant flying creature with the ability to influence weather and storm systems with the velocity of each wing beat. What is this cryptid called?
I know him. Or her. It depends on.
Where's Diane said, I think that's what you saw. What did I see?
Or
Yes, Thor. That's what it is. A thunderbird. Thunderbirds are documented in the writings of all these different Native American people, um, among many others also, and share similar characteristics. This includes control over the weather, being godly, messengers, and being saviors of mankind, is what the natives write about this cryptid. Do you know about this cryptid,
yep.
Danny?
And it's pretty much what it says right there. Well, but they're Celtic, they're native, they're all over the world, right?
Mhm.
Different religions and stuff. But yeah, they're in a lot of different cultures, they're a religious icon, right? As well as, it's a giant bird. Yeah, that's about it.
Here's a one. Do you think it exists?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
There you go. Danny says, watch out for the bird. But it says here that, they think he's a savior, so it's all right. Um, okay, let's go to the next one. Hey, Iron, how are you? We're doing
Hi, hi.
cryptid trivia, so here we go. Next question. You came in just in time. A feared force in open waters for sailors and swimmers alike for centuries. Which of the following cryptid takes the form of a giant, I gotta say this word, cephalopod? Did I say it right?
Close enough.
You say that word.
Hi. Yeah, for the fun.
Okay, see that? There. You said. Yes! Kim, how'd you know that?
Good job.
Have you
Yeah, the
seen one?
Kraken.
And the Kraken. Yes. Oh well, I guess that's well known, and because there's that movie, right? I don't watch scary movies, so I don't know anything about them. So the Kraken is now largely conflated with giant squids, but given the unexplored depths of the ocean, who knows what might dwell in the darkness there.
Mm.
What do you know about the Kraken, Danny? Anything? He's like,
It's like a giant squid, basically. That's pretty much what it is. It's a giant squid, or I think really it
"Hey,
looks like an
Carl, how are you?"
octopus. It looks like an octopus mated with a squid is what it looks like. But yeah, I believe it's probably the krakens of old, where the sailors would steam. I believe it quite possible giant squids, you know.
Mm,
But there has been some humongous giant squids that, you know, and the deeper you go, of course, the bigger they are. So yeah, could be.
yeah,
I mean, they're many of them have killed killer whales and stuff like that. I mean, they're huge, right?
right. So
Yeah.
technically, that's a cryptid, just a deformity maybe of an animal that actually mated and then made more. Could
Could
possibly.
be. Could possibly be. Or
If,
it could be like I say, it could be, it might just be a giant squid, but we always evolve to our elements, right?
yeah,
Now, a giant squid is fairly deep in the ocean, but a kraken is a lot deeper, right? And it's darker and it's colder, you know. Once you get to the frost line, it stays the same. But you know, if you think about the pressure that would be on on the structure of the creature, right? Like if you take, for instance, if you take a 2 liter pop bottle of Coke down with you, up to 30 feet, you're fine. You hit the frost line at 35 feet in Lake Superior here, or 45 feet. As soon as you hit that frost line, that can of Coke just goes slip, and then all the Coke's all over the lake, right?
yeah,
Because it implodes, right? So the same thing would be with any animal. The deeper they go, the more strength they're going to have to fight the pressure of the water, right? So a kraken could simply be, in, and this is just my opinion, it could simply be a giant squid that is conformed to where it lives,
right. It
right?
evolved. It evolved
Right.
because the waters changed, the environment changed, and it had to evolve to survive. And that's super possible. So yeah, we did the Mothman, Carl. We're doing cryptid trivia. So our next one, everybody ready? Found amid the wilds of Cornwall, this creature falls under the cryptid group of phantom cats, as it appears similar to a panther or a jaguar, but has an ethereal form, making it difficult to spot. What is it called? The Black Panther. No.
No, but that's what it looks like.
Oh, cool, Carl. Thanks for coming in and playing with us, the Mystic Jaguar. That'd be nice. That would be a better name than this poor name that they have. A wampus? No. Ooh, did we stump you guys? You smart old cryptid people. Maybe we stumped them a little. We had one of those in our mountains too. Oh, oh yeah. Stephanie, that's the Kraken, isn't there? Yeah. Wait, what religion? It.
Mhm.
Okay, let's try. I read it again. Found amid the wilds of Cornwall, this creature falls under the cryptid group of phantom cats, as it appears similar to a panther or a jaguar, but it has an ethereal form, making it difficult to spot. What is this called? The Loch Ness Monster. Nope. This one, the phantom cat, is not in the water.
I'm ready to put up one.
Yes, Iron, you got it. Though the beast of Badham Moor is a continuous cryptid, with some who believe it's simply an escaped zoo animal or even an elaborate hoax. Viewers of the beast still maintain this phantom wildcat is a cryptozoologic species. It belongs with the cryptids. We don't know what it is. Do you know about this, Danny?
Well, we never called it that. It's just called a ghost cat. And, and basically, um, it's camouflage, right? Like, um, according to what their study is or what they're thinking it is, they think it's a ghost cat that has camouflage abilities. So if the sun hits its fur in a certain way, right? It's kind of like a mirror, so you'd only see. If anyone ever seen that movie Predator, where they got that mirror suit on, it'd be like that. Like you'd look like the scenery was moving and not really see the cat. But it's
Right.
all about reflective skin and hair. And they believe it's an actual animal, so that's the other thing.
Ah, well, it could be an animal. If any of these cryptids are real, like the thing that I saw, it is an animal. It is real. It's not a ghost. Like it existed there. I saw it.
No, but
So
the way that they're saying, or the way that the people where I get the stuff from say, is they call it a ghost cat because it vanishes, right? Like it's
oh yeah.
you'll see it, and then it's gone. But a gecko will do the same thing.
Right.
Like there's lots of different animals in the world that have the ability, if they're feared or if they're hunting or if they're, they can camouflage themselves to the scenery around them so that they're not seen, right?
Right, it's true, and they look like they disappear. So yeah, it's probably not a spirit. It's probably an actual cryptid or a new species they don't know anything about because they can't catch it. You know, there's new
And
species discovered every day.
and the
Um,
thing is, I'll tell you what, if there's one, there's hundreds of them. You know what I mean? Like,
true
I'm sorry,
story.
but you can't just have one. You know what I mean? There has to be a family at least of them. So, you know.
Yep, it's true. It had to come from somewhere. Now, Here we go. Next one. This is from a different website. So there was 10 from that website. Now this is from a different one. Let's see how this is. This massive red worm is said to inhabit deserts in Asia and can kill a human with either acid or electricity.
Oh, I seen this one. Wait, let me think. The movie was called Tremors,
it
and it was
has a
ass
name. It
blasters.
has a name in front of that death worm. There's a name in front of it.
Ass blasters. When they change into the other form, they become ass blasters, and they shoot shit out of their ass. So they call it ass blasters.
Ah, at the Beetle House, New York City. I don't know where it is. I would have to look it up. But if I'm November 16th, I will look it up and I will message you. No, not worm. Oh, Lordy, don't want to know. Mongolian, that's what it is. It's the Mongolian death worm. And despite a rich cultural history of their existence, the Mongolian deathworm remains very elusive. So I don't know. Do you know about this one, Danny?
No, other than the fact that the Sasquatch probably taught him how to play hide and seek.
Oh, Lord.
Because really the Sasquatch is the master of hide and seek, right? So he probably taught all the other cryptids. This is how you stay out of sight from people.
Yeah,
So let's give poor Sasquatch like a super good thing because everyone always blames him for shit. But in this case,
I don't blame them for having babies, okay?
he
Lord,
taught all the other cryptids how to hide because he's the master of hide and seek.
he's the master.
The
No
master.
problem, Carl. Yes. Okay. So you guys ready for the next one? Sticking to the worms, okay? If the idea of a giant worm erupting from the ground terrifies you, avoid South American forest and Kevin Bacon movies. Otherwise, you might run into this monster. What's this cryptid called? It was like I wrote this one. It was so funny.
If he showed up in this neighborhood, he'd be called barbecued. Hey, people are hungry. After they sacked him, they'd go after his family.
Jason Forehead. The South American Amazon pitfall. No, that one is
Tremors
Tremors
2.
2.
That's right. You got it.
Oh, wait. I said that. I have a 12 to 18-inch worms in my backyard. Any bigger in the mouth? Stop feeding them. If you don't feed them, they won't grow. Take away their food source.
Well, I have no idea about this worm shit, so I'm out.
Okay. Anybody else have any ideas before I tell you the answer and tell you a little bit about this cryptid that they say is in the South African forest?
She's a giant dew worm on steroids. That's it. That's all I got.
Borschies. Mm.
Jason Voorhees. J, son, son, son. J, son, son.
It's okay. I'll wait to see the next. They're under my bed. Oh no. All right. So I'm gonna tell you guys. It's I'm gonna say it right because it's African. Minchakoa. The Minchakoa. And the Minchakoa would be right at home in a Dungeons and Dragons monster manual. So we don't know a lot about this. Obviously, they don't either, but they know that there is an idea about this. And probably where they got the idea from the movie Tremors. Hmm. All righty. We ready? We ready
Mhm.
for the next one?
Well,
Okay.
it can't be too much longer. Let's do a couple more.
All right. This legendary Wyoming creature is almost universally acknowledged to be an urban legend or hoax. It appears to be a rabbit with the horns of a large ungulate. Ungulate. I'm going to say that's the word.
Animal. Got the horns of an animal. You got it. Tales of the dark. Oh, close
Yes,
room.
and Lou and everybody got that one. That's right.
Yeah.
Jackalope legend probably stems from a joke played by a taxidermist. We don't know, but he is in the cryptid family. Do you know anything about this one, Danny?
Yeah, actually, uh, we were all sitting around one time drinking lots of grog, you know, and the jackalope has actually been in the Highlands for like 1,000 years. Him and the pink elephants. It's just as goofy as it sounds. A bunch of drunk people were the first people to see this jackalope.
Mm,
So there you go.
there you go. So the drunken people said, "Did you see that?"
Pretty much what happened. And the other guy says, "See what, dude?" He says, "The rabbit with the funny horns." "Oh yeah, I see him." And probably was a rabbit. There was a log on the ground with a couple of dead branches, and a rabbit was sitting underneath the log, and they saw the horns. You know, yeah.
Yeah. All righty. So there you go. We don't know if it exists, but look out for it, guys. And if you see something that looks like that, take video and run as you're taking the video. Okay, residents.
Toss it a beer and a carrot.
There you go. Residents of Loveland, Ohio have reported seeing this unique cryptid in the 1950s, 1970s, and even in 2016. It's a hybrid human animal creature that walks on its hind legs. What is it called?
Where is it?
It is in Loveland, Ohio.
In Ohio.
Mm,
Hmm.
forgot man.
Guys, this has been all over the internet too. Come on, let's get there.
Yes, this guy's been on the internet, I'm sure. The Frogman. Close. It is a frog, but it has a name. It is called the Loveland Frog, of course, after where it was seen. And the Loveland Frog appears to be the only humanoid frog cryptid ever reported. Do you know anything about this one, Danny? Yes,
Frog
Diane.
legs yeah, frog legs would be a bitch.
That's the only thing you want to say about that?
That's about it right there. Yeah, that's all I got. No.
What do you think, guys? Giant frog guy in a frog suit that like this is a generational thing. The father did it one time, scared people, and he's like, every few years get a costume on and scare someone. The whole family of Ohio people, like generation, putting
That's
on an
possible.
outfit and scaring people. We don't
You
know.
know, I've seen a lot of things and I've dealt with a lot of shit and a lot of, no, we don't call them cryptids, we call them in betweens, you know. But that and the jackal bunny there, the jackrabbit bunny and the frog guy, I can't help but think crock of shit. Okay, I'm sorry, I might be way off base here, but like I've dealt with a lot of shit. I just cannot see some big ass frog wanting to hang out at the pond chasing like itty bitty. What the hell's it gonna eat? Come on.
Oh, the Frogman is a weird Ohio book. Oh, maybe it's taken from that cryptid legend, Carl. All right, next one. Many sea monsters reports are derived from eerie carcasses that have washed up on beaches worldwide, each one appearing to be some kind of bizarre and unknown creature. In truth, they are usually decomposing masses of fat from sperm whales or other rotting animal carcasses. Um, but they're known as what?
Pollution.
Yep. When these weirdo carcasses wash up on the beach, they call them something. And then they try to say they never seen this animal. It's a cryptid. But they call these animals that they find on the beach, these carcasses, something. What are they called?
Carl says the Lake Erie monster.
No.
Go
Mermaid.
ahead, Lou. Say it. Say it, Lou. I'm thinking it. You say it.
Mhm. And
Carp.
it has like a really like gross name too, I would say. But now I know
Louie.
where they got a
Louie.
certain movie from.
Louie. 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 Louie.
Ew.
Louie.
Let's see. I'm with Carl. Whiteheads or carp?
Whiteheads.
No. Nope.
Mermaid. Carps.
The Gigi monster. No. Gigi. All right. Do you guys want to know?
Now, tell us. Put it on the yeah.
They're called globsters. And now I know where they got the Blob movie from, probably from this, but they're called the globsters. Globsters could look quite alarming and many lack and may lack many of the original animal's basic physical features, making them hard to identify. So we don't know what those are. We don't know if they are cryptids or just craziness.
You
Yay,
know.
you said it, Christina. Yes, globsters. The globsters. All right. Next one. In the 1760s, France was stalked by a monstrous wolf said to have killed dozens or even hundreds of people. King Louis the 15th even sent royal wolf hunters to capture the beast. What was this cryptid called?
Well, you already said half the name.
No, I did not. Oh, well, they have to think of the rest of it.
Mm.
American werewolves in Paris. No. Dire wolf? No. Oh, come on. Too easy. Well, You tell us, Lou. That's what you were gonna say? Dire wolf? No. This is before the dire wolf, I'm sure. 1760s, guys.
Teen Wolf, well, close. Teen Wolf was one.
Yes, Diane got it. The Beast of Gervaden. And the Beast of Gervaden may have been a unusual spike in just a normal wolf pack, which inflated, their attacks inflated people's fear and superstitions. They're not quite sure, but they knew something was out there. What do you know about this guy, Danny?
Oh, come on, he was a werewolf.
He was a werewolf.
I'm serious, I believe in werewolves.
Okay.
They're just in between, like the Dog Man or the Wendigo or um. See, but the reason I believe in them though is really weird. I admit. Years ago, I was on a case, and there was some people that were basically killed. Three of them were alive, but two of them weren't. Anyway, so we're on the case, a bunch of guys, and we're chasing, and basically we thought it was a giant wolf or something of that nature, right? Like we thought it was like just a really huge rogue wolf or something. This was back in, what was it, 76? I'd have to look in the files. But anyway, we're chasing it through the snow, and the snow wasn't that deep. It was only maybe just past the height of a boot, so halfway up your shin, right? So we're chasing this thing across the farmer's field, and there's this huge wolf tracks. I put my hand down beside it, and it was just a little wee bit bigger than my hand, okay? The size of this track. So that's obviously not normal, right? The other thing is, this damn thing was taking strides. There wasn't, like when a wolf runs, you could tell there's 4 feet print, right? There's 4 different sets of prints, only two. And they were like 9 foot between each step. So we're chasing this thing, and there was this barn, and it wasn't like a huge barn. It was only like the walls were maybe 10 feet high, and then there was a 4 point roof on it. Well, the tracks went to about 8 feet away from the barn and disappeared, right? So we looked up, and on top of the barn, there was the prints, but there was 4 of them this time. The back feet and the front feet landed on the roof. You could see it, plain as day. So we ran around the barn, and we seen the tracks come down, and then there was nothing, no more tracks, no more nothing. So we looked like for took us 5 or 6 minutes, and about 14 feet away from the barn, there were footprints, all right, but they were bare feet from a human being. They were human footprints, and they ran off into the the forest, like the hedge. We couldn't follow them. Like we ran as far, we chased as much as we could, but we just couldn't follow the tracks after. Like we lost them, right?
Mm.
So was it some psychopath playing some kind of bullshit? I don't know. All I do know is we
Oh,
chased
you would
these
have
tracks.
found something, the costume, some hair. You
There was
know,
nothing. There was
people are not
nothing.
that good, at
All there
playing.
was, all there was were these tracks. Okay. And this is the one case I think that still haunts me. It's the one case that I still haven't got resolution for. You know what I mean? And I probably never will. But it was definitely wolf tracks. There's no two ways about it. But they were 3 times the size of any wolf, and there was only 2 legs. Okay, it was taking humanoid steps. It jumped up on the barn 15 feet away and then there was human footprints that ran into the forest, right? Never seen nothing after that. And even after we chased like we followed the footprints as far as we could and they disappeared, right? Like the human there was no tracks, no nothing. And I'm not trying to shove a feather up my ass or anything, but I'm a pretty good tracker,
Yeah.
right? I'm not trying to shove a feather up my ass or blow smoke up my ass, but I couldn't find any tracks, any trace that
Be careful,
anything was ever
all
there.
things coming in.
There was no trace of anything. It just bloody well disappeared completely, and there was absolutely no sign that anything was there other than these tracks. And what good they do? Nothing, because they melted within a couple days, right? So I mean, like,
Right.
there's no like, what the hell could we do? Nothing, you know.
Nothing.
But yeah,
That's right.
that's the only one that I've never got closure for, right? Now, could it have been? Well, there's lots of cryptids, lots of different types of in betweens that it could have been, right? But the one that I associate it to, for whatever reason, is a werewolf, right? Mainly because it's wolf tracks to human tracks, but like could have been a Wendigo, but Wendigos usually have hoof feet, but they can have wolf feet too. So it could have been a Wendigo. Um, could have been, I don't know, just three or four of them. It could have been a skinwalker. Could have easily been a skinwalker. Could have been Dogman. But the tracks weren't that of a dog. They were that of a wolf, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so I don't know what the hell.
There you
And
go.
I'll never know. But yeah, that's my only. So I say whenever I hear about a werewolf, I say, well, it could be.
Yes, it could be.
Because I can't say that this was not. You understand?
Right.
Like that experience, I cannot say it was not a wolf man, but I can't say it was either
Right.
because there's no proof either way, other than what I saw with my own eyes, right? So what it was, I don't know. I can't say 100% sure either way.
Right.
Other than it screwed me up and gave me nightmares for a while.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like that other thing that gave me nightmares, and I'm like, I hope it doesn't come back. I hope I never see it again. And I didn't, thank God. But yeah, I told you guys about my one. I think I saw a cryptid in the beginning. Don't know what it is. So if you missed the beginning, just go back. It's what, like
Take it easy,
the second
Carl.
question. So it's pretty much in the beginning. So anyway, let's do one more or two more or something. Okay. This creature lives near Lake Victoria. What is it? This is easy.
That's it. That's all we get.
Yeah. This creature lives near Lake Victoria. What is it? Obviously, they think everybody knows what lives in Lake
Not
Victoria.
a Pokemon monster.
I'll give you another hint. It's from West Africa.
That's nice. No clue.
Let's see if anybody knows this. Does anybody know this Lake Victoria and what lurks in it? Ah, see that?
We do, Lou.
Yep. Danny believe you. And I told you I saw some
100%.
craziness I can never explain, so I believe that people see these things. Now, whether it's supernatural or they're just freak of nature, they were deformed at birth, we don't know these things because these things happen to us, so why can't they happen to animals? It's very likely. So, um,
Oh,
yeah.
see, Evie says Tarzan because Victoria, Africa, Tarzan hung out there. So,
Oh, no, it's not Tarzan. Look at what? No.
Ogle,
Lake of water. Lake of water. Nothing. Trick question. No, they, I don't know. They have something here.
Now tell
Magnified.
us.
No, that one we did already, Lou, right? So, what this creature lives near Lake Victoria and it's West African. What is it? Yes, Stephanie got it. See, it was not a trick question, Diane. That's what it is. The dingonek. Did I say it right? Hey, cute kitty. The dingonek, a huge creature from West Africa. Witnesses have described the dingonek as being 14 to 15 feet long, with a body like a hippo and long, fatal fangs. One eyewitness account of it was so convincing that it was published in the Maclean's magazine. Oh, I listened to a podcast on that one. There you go, Stephanie.
I'm
Hmm.
sad. Hi, QQ.
So Stephanie knows about it. I don't know about this. Do you know about this, Danny?
No, I've never heard of it.
Me either. We're gonna have
So
to
I
look
got
that one up. So yeah, maybe Steffi can tell us what podcast she listened to about
that's
this
that's
crazy
like
creature.
that's 4 or 5 of them that I had no clue about. See?
See, so it's good. We did this. Now we're all learning because this has an eyewitness account and it was published in a magazine. So yeah, maybe this one does exist and um 14 to 15 feet long with a body like a hippo so it was a body like a hippo but super long for a hippo and a fatal fangs.
Hmm.
Hmm. So could it be, like I said, one of those freak of natures that, deformed animal of sorts? We don't know, but they believe this creature exists there in West African Lake Victoria. So there you go, guys. Can we do another one?
Let's do one more, and then I'm gonna get off. You can keep doing them though. I'm gonna get off though because my
I don't
jaw's
think there's
killing me.
that many more, but here we go. This mysterious primate is native to India. Can you guess its name? The Haunted Objects podcast. They have the explorer's log from the first expedition to try to find it. Wow. Okay, Stephanie, we're going to have to look that up.
What is the question?
This mysterious primate is native to India. Can you guess its name?
Yeti.
I'm really making you work. No, it's native to India.
Oh,
India.
I don't know.
I didn't
King
give
Kong.
you the Yeti and the other one, the Yeti or the Bigfoots, because I figured it would be too easy. It was really good, very interesting. I want to check that out.
King Kong.
What is it, honey?
Nothing. I said I said King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong. No, King Kong is in China. This is in India. Does anybody know of a cryptid that's in India? Because I would say they don't actually have a lot, but the Monkey King, close. It starts with monkey, but they have some other stuff after it.
Monkey Boy.
No,
Hmm.
but we might have to give that to Luke because he was really close. It is called the Monkey Man of Dali. Yes, the Monkey Man of
Oh,
Dali. In 2001, a monkey like creature of unusual size terrorized residents of New Delhi. It had red eyes and, according to some reports, a metal helmet of sorts. Although police searched for the monkey man after
hmm.
he reportedly harmed a number of people, he was never found. And that's why he became a cryptid because, yeah, people are not normally monkeys. So does obviously you don't know about this one, Danny.
Not squat.
No, we're gonna have to look up this one too. Monkey Man of Dolly. Find out
Yeah.
what's going on there. Cute Kitty, we're just playing some trivia. We're gonna do one. I guess what Danny, you could do one more. Come on.
Okay, hold on.
Residing in California, this cryptid resembles an enormous snake. Do you know it? Residing in California, this cryptid resembles an enormous snake. Do you know it?
No,
Yeah,
but I
that's
don't.
about him.
Yeah, but I don't want to brag.
Does anybody know this one? This cryptid? I know nothing of cryptids. Just pointing in. Hi, Chris. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Danny,
Also,
Chris says, hopes you feel better soon. We were just playing cryptid trivia, so we're learning a whole bunch about cryptids, even ones that Danny didn't know about. So, all exciting. But it's good to know about it, Evie, because I even learned a lot, like looking these up and getting the answers, and it.
that's six now that I've never heard of. So there you go. Seven
Yeah.
with the snake guy.
There you go. Thank you, Kim. Kim, I hope you're feeling a little better. Kim is watching. She's under the weather today, but she's watching us on the big screen. God bless her. So here we go. Anybody know about this? Residing in California, this cryptid resembles an enormous snake. Do you know it?
Oh, I've got a butt ass clue.
Really?
Really.
Maybe when you hear its name, maybe you'll know
Okay.
it. No, Lou.
I like Lou's answer though. It's a good one.
Yes.
So it's not a one-eyed trouser snake.
No. Wow. I'm going to tell you what it's called. I'm going to tell you, you know, that it does live in the water.
Oh, an anaconda.
It's kind of like a. Mhm.
Okay, we give up.
Okay. The name is Tahoe Tessie, a lake monster who lives in California's Lake Tahoe. And Tahoe Tessie resembles the Loch Ness monster, but is said to be very fast, way faster than Nessie. She has been sighted by the Washoe and Papoop tribes since at least the 19th century. Her last modern sighting was in 2004. That is Tahoe Tessie.
Wow. There you go. I've never heard of that one. I have heard of the one-eyed trouser snake though. That's the only one I've heard of.
Oh, yeah, this is Tahoe Tessie in California. All those pot smoking people are seeing Loch Ness monsters that drive really fast. They drive really fast. Yeah, they're driving. That they swim really fast. Hollywood
So
made it up. I don't know what. We don't know. But no, it
yeah,
was if it's probably, because Native Americans were the ones that were seeing it originally. It's probably just
too many peace pipes.
yeah, no, well, it's probably just a regular creature that lives in the lake that they just don't know the names of, especially. Back then. But yeah, so there you go. Tahoe Tessie. There is
They,
only three more, Danny.
oh my God. Okay, go.
Come on, go. Okay, let's go. Next one. This memorable being from Abgalorian folklore can be found in the marshes of Billabongs. Know what it is? Do you guys know it? This memorable being from Ab- Aborigor- Aboriginal, that's the name. Thank you. From Aboriginal folklore can be found in the marshes of Billabongs. Known, what is it? Do you know what it is?
Thing.
And the swamp monster. Yeti. No. Betsy is a relative of Nessie, and now we have Tessie. It's Bessie, Nessie, and Tessie. They're probably all related. You're right.
And they've
Bingo
all
bomb.
been
Mar-
and they, and they've all been really pissed off since the house fell on their sister.
hmm Platypus. That would be nice.
See that right there, the platypus proves that God's got a sense of humor. You know, it does because God made a zebra and He made a gorilla and He made mankind, and Darwin was saying this comes from that, this comes from that. So God made a platypus. Said, okay, figure out that one, smartass. You know,
Hi,
so
Christine. Yeah, that's right.
figure that one out, smartass. You know, so that proves He's got a sense of humor because He made a platypus. Hey, Christine.
So, this memorable being from Aboriginal folklore can be found in the marshes of Billabongs. Know what it is? It is called the bunyip. The bunyip. You are right. Diane and Evie put it in as I was reading it. Aboriginal people across Australia have seen the bunyip, a creature which resembles both a bird and an alligator, residing in swampy areas such as marshes and billabongs. The bunyip is said to attack women and children who wander too close to their watery dwellings.
Some alligators and crocodiles.
So
Well, it might have. You should have
a
said it was
bird
an
and an
Australian.
alligator. Like, what does it have wings? Like, what makes it look like a bird? I never heard of this one before, but I'm curious to look up more about it. Now, Danny, have you heard of this one?
Hmm. I think I've seen a picture of it though once.
The bunyip. Yeah, we're gonna have to find out about this one. Yeah, don't go too close. Well, like alligators, if you get too close, they're like, it's food, They'll eat anything that goes close to them.
Not like those two pack. Got guys going back hacking or whatever, hiking, and they got a pack sack and all that tents, and oh, look at this nice little sandy beach. We should camp here. What's an alligator? Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just camp here anyway.
Yeah, we'll just camp here. hmm
Yeah.
We only have two more, and then we're going to let Danny go because he's trying to get off here. He's not feeling the greatest, right? So here we go. Next one. Native to North Carolina. This monster looks like a dangerous cat. Do you know what it is? Native to North Carolina. This monster looks like a giant, dangerous cat. Do you know what it is?
Right.
We do have some funky things here. That's right. Big hugs
With
to you,
the
Beth.
saltwater crocodile.
No. Saltwater crocodile. No, this one is for what the other one could be, it could be. The bunyip. We are playing Beth Cryptid Trivia. So we're on our last two. Native to North Carolina. This monster looks like a giant dangerous cat. Do you know it? The beast of North Carolina. No. But they should just call it that, right? They had to come up with a good name. But it does start with the beast, so you're on that. But it's the beast of, and then there's a word. It's the
Hmm.
beast. What?
Kurt.
Hey, Kurt. So this is the beast of Baldenborough. The beast of Ballenborough. Would you want to run into a cougar like vampire cat in the middle of the night? Don't go to North Carolina's Baldwin County, where a beast of this description is said to reside. Described as um, murdering goats and dogs, the beast of Baldwin County has been investigated by the TV show Monster Quest. Ooh. Have you
Mm.
heard of this beast, Danny?
No,
Not one bit.
nothing.
Nada. Well, we're gonna have to go to that TV show Monster Quest and see what it is. Anybody from North Carolina? Don't go to this Bowden borough. Okay, guys. Last one. Last one. Ready? A
Mhm.
bird-like being is found in southwest Germany. Do you know what it is? It's a bird-like being found in southwest Germany. What is that,
Yes.
crypt?
I could tell you, but it would ruin everything. Come on, guys. Bird, like people.
Somebody's calling me. Who's calling me at this time? What time is it? Oh, 8:21 only. Am I game? I am, and I'm game. Oh, good. Beth, you got to look that one up and see what's going on there.
Come
Oh,
on,
that's okay, Iron.
bird-like creature in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She's got to refresh the Beast of Baldenborough. Stephanie's on the last one. Refresh, Stephanie, darling. Um, I'm gonna say it wrong. Do you know how to pronounce the name, Danny? Oh, Beth got it. There you go. What Beth said. L yeah, that thing, like an ostrich, I guess. So imagine a chicken with antlers and scales, and you've got the German, whatever she said, Ella, what's a cursed with more or less functionless wings. This lives in the underbush, much like grouse do. A very similar bird has now been spotted in Bavaria. Ooh, do you know this one? It's a chicken with antlers, yeah.
You know, you know those guys that were drinking and they saw the rabbit with the horns? They went to Oktoberfest in Germany. Anyway, while they were there in Germany, the one dude said, "Hey, dude, does that chicken got horns?" And the other one said, "Hell yeah, that's just like that rabbit with the horns that we saw, when we were in the Highlands." And they said, "Well, shit."
But this
And
one's
so,
got scales too.
yeah, well, they drank a lot. Their eyes were blurry.
And functionless wings in the underbush. I don't know. And now Bavaria has seen it too. Wow,
Hey,
now.
why should the party end in Germany? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Why should it? And that, oh, we'll throw in, look, because we're going to go to exactly 2 hours and we have 10 minutes. I am anyway. I'm going to throw in one for you. What are, this is like a bonus. What are aholus? Ahools. What are aholus? I'll say it like that.
It's French for asshole.
My grandparents came from Germany. What could I say? Danny's like, bye. I'm out. I told you I was leaving. Screw you and your 10 minutes to 2 hours. Screw you, and that's it. Anywho, our bonus question that we have 6 minutes for. What are ahalus? AHOOLS. What are a fish with lips? No. Bye, Danny. Yeah, his internet probably kicked him off. Otherwise, he would have said, "I'm leaving." Bye. At least. So, yes. Aulus. Aulus. Is it? Isn't that a dinosaur? No, and it's not a horse. Oh, Kim, much love to you. Feel better. Take some medicine. Go to sleep. Yes. Feel better, Kim. So I'll tell you what the ahalus are. So the aulus, AHOOLS. They are a group of enormous carnivorous bats that are inhabited in the rainforests of Indonesia. Okay. Ooh. They are known for their large size and are believed to have a wingspan of up to 12 feet. Ahalus are nocturnal creatures and are known to emit loud calls resembling human screams. They are elusive and not much is known about their behavior or habits. Yeah, a turtle with fur. Sounds like a Danish cereal. Or wow, big bats. Yes, big bats. Enormous in Indonesia. I figured you got booted. Blessings to ya. Learn about the ahulus, Danny. These big bats that well, Danny's probably not going to Indonesia, so he don't have to worry. But if they escape Indonesia, like these freaking bugs that are taking over New York, these lantern fly thingamajiggies that I hate killing animals, and they're like, kill it, suck them up with the vacuums, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're in the parks in New York City sucking these Japanese lantern flies because they kill all the plants and trees here, sucking them up with vacuums. Okay. Ooh, the human sized ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, woo, why the vamp bats? These are crazy and they're elusive. So we don't know if they'll fly here one day. We don't know because sometimes things escape their habitats and they come here. So watch out. Like the lantern flies. And every year they change what the hell they get bigger every year. Like they were here last year and now they're here again, but they're bigger. Good night, Lou. Much love to you. I'm getting off here too. We had 2 hours of cryptid trivia, and I want to kind of keep it short so people can watch it back. But I also need the watch time, so that's why 2 hours is good. Somebody will watch back cryptid trivia because it was really interesting, and we learned a lot about different cryptids today. So if you did not see this from the beginning, go back, find out a little bit about the cryptids that we learned about today, and Danny shared a lot of good information from the ones that he actually knew about. And next week, when I'm on with Danny, I'll try to find another kind of trivia because this was quite fun. So come back, drop a comment on this if you want to do trivia again, if it's fun. We'll do some kind of different, maybe paranormal trivia or Halloween trivia or something fun. So, yes, heaps of videos to catch up on. I'm crafting. So this week I'm crafting. I did a great shout out video today for Meg's Mysteries. So if you have not watched that one, go see it. It's really good. And if you don't know Meg, go visit her. And her link is in the description of the video. And thank you all so much for coming. I love you guys. And I will see you live next Wednesday for Divination Wednesday. Yeah. Sounds good. I ended up with millipedes from China that see, was shipped in a box. These shitters know how to come here and they want to take over the world. Cryptids that want to take over the world. On that note, we're leaving.